Another beautiful day to take puppers for a walk. Hey, buddy. Let's go. Yeah. Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to the shop. As you may know, I've been kind of working on building up this little shack shop of mine here. I got some new tools. No, not those tools. I got some bigger tools. Some new, well, I shouldn't say new tools. New to me tools, new old tools. Something like that. You know, we're going to get to that. But first, I got to do some stuff. With this one. Huh? Hey, I didn't throw yet. Ready? Oh, missed it. You didn't. All right. He's got more energy than me. Did you have a good run? Yeah, when you're plopped over that good, I think you're quite exercised. That's my boy Hector right there.
Where's the ball, Hector? It's coming to you. You know which where it is.
Ugh. All right. Now I can get back to the task at hand with unimpeded by guilt. I got this old bandsaw. Now it actually needed a shit ton of work, and that is my focus on this video. Scored a pretty kick-ass old bandsaw. It's all cast iron. It needs lots of work. I got it on the cheap, but you know, a bandsaw of this. It used to be of good caliber, I think. It's a little, I don't know what you call it, a 7 by. Yeah, it's a small bandsaw, one of them small ones. It's a jet, and like this sucker is built. Like, there's not one chunk of cast aluminum or tin on this thing. It's all cast iron. Like, this sucker, it's heavy. Like, I'm a big guy and I can't lift this damn thing. I had to prop it up on pallets just to get it in, just to roll it into the truck. And like, everything is cast iron, everything. So from what I can tell, it's a pretty good quality. Yeah, it's not too bad. Getting all the bearings are toast. So I was gonna need new bearings, which were actually kind of interesting getting them out of there. I should have actually filmed that. These guys were inside this pulley, and you know, I had to get creative to get them out without wrecking nothing. I just I warmed up the whole thing, then I heated up the outside race really hot. Well, I put a piece of 1/2 inch round stock in there, and then I heated the outside race up to red and I quenched it. And then I just flipped it over and I popped it, gave the brown bar a few taps and popped right out. Fucking deadly. Works really good. Both sides worked really good. Of course, I don't think these bearings are salvageable. Yeah, they don't build them like this anymore. At least I don't think. I've never bought a bandsaw before, so I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know, but yeah, even the freaking cover is a pretty heavy cast. These are all cast. Everything's all cast iron on this thing. It's a pretty sturdy little unit. I bet you she's well over 200 pounds when you're trying to pick it up. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just freaking so awkward that it's hard to pick up. Could be both. Big tack there. I would normally be doing this stuff on my bench, but the welders, I got so much shit here, the welder's kind of trapped in the corner right now. So we'll just have to rough it in the repairing bay over here, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, just to show you, like, that's really thin metals, right? So you should be able to see there's actually kind of getting a little bit of a keyhole there. So it's you just kind of keep stacking your tacks and moving along until you get to the end, because that's a pretty good sized gap there. So you just kind of keep the arc right to the tack and just keep building it out as you go, and it works out pretty good. That's pretty much right through. So I shall continue. I didn't even bother to clean it up. I probably should have. Easy peasy. When it is all cleaned up. Yeah, the camera did not like that welding at all. It was flickering pretty bad. But I had another little pass on the backside here. Oop, stop flipping. And yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Should be good for many years to come. I'll slap her back on the old bandsaw here and start putting her back together. Well, there's one other big problem with this thing though. Like the guy who had this before, I don't know if I said this already, ran this thing right out of oil. So that gear is it's in pretty dire straits, but I'm pretty sure that there's some missing parts on this thing too. Hang on a sec here. It's too hard to do with one hand. This little sucker's like 80 pounds. Where is it? Oh yeah, right here. This thing right here, pretty sure there should be some kind of a plate on that. All he had on there was two bolts and washers holding this thing in there, and that's what keeps that from popping out. So thinking I'm gonna have to turn a nice little proper fitting plate on that at some point and get it to so it sits in there a little better. I don't really like the idea of freaking bolt and washer holding that in there. It's kind of lame. And I'm gonna get some form of gasket seal or whatever. The oil in there right now, that's for me, just kind of turning it and seeing how well it turns. You can turn it by hand now a little bit, but what the hell is that, a crack I see there? Oh, that's not cool. Oh, thank God. No, it's not a crack, just a weird casting imperfection. Alright, so here's the little bandsaw I've been working on for, well, I guess a few weeks. A few weeks now. I just kind of scabbed the blade together. There's a weld on there somewhere. Just kind of testing it out. I don't have a power source for it yet. The wiring was just, well, as you've seen on the other part there, it was pretty atrocious. And so I'm going to have to rewire it yet. And I'm not entirely certain on the state of that motor. But I put all new bearings. Here's the shitty weld I put on. That was just with the MIG. If it made it through a cut, it would be a freaking miracle. I'll just put it that way. This is just to see where the blade is going, because I know it was looking like it was gonna, like it was actually gonna hit inside the track there. So I got it to the point where it's at least gonna survive a couple rotations. Like this looks like it was hitting the top of this at one point. And I loosened up the bracket in the back here. Honestly, it could still use a shim or two. I kind of thought a jet bandsaw would be a little bit better than this. But given that whoever had it last probably did who knows what with it. So it's kind of working. I guess if I had to cut something, I could use the drill to see what happens. I know this motor bracket is an absolute piece of garbage. Like what the fuck? It's either missing some stuff, which it probably is. It does fit, but I think, like, I don't know if there's 2 bushings that should be on there. Seems like there should be 2 bushings on there. It does match up, you know, kind of with the top. There's a plate that goes up here, and this is supposed to give you your angle for your motor and shit, so you can tighten up your belts and whatnot. But at least we got it tracking where it might actually make a feasible cut. I loosened up all these rollers. They were really tight, but now you can kind of spin them by hand. They're not so great. They could use some new ones, not gonna lie. But for the time being, I just want to get it working. I'm not gonna do the whole paint job and shit, because it's just gonna be turn all greasy and shit anyway. Like this is a freaking metal shop. So yeah, it seems to be tracking really good along the wheels and everything, with the new bearings and bushes in there. So you know what? I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna give it a try. We'll just have to use our makeshift power source there and see what happens. All right. So this is just a chunk of 1-inch cold rolled. I'm expecting this blade to just snap as soon as I put it on there, to be honest. But no harm in trying, I guess. I'll just use a little oil. We got the blade on there, right? So that's good. this up some. Can't believe I haven't snapped yet. I think my drill is dying though. Uh-oh, that's not good. Ooh. Oh, my freaking weld is holding. Can't believe that. Yeah, my drill is dying. But it is cutting, sort of, slowly but surely. Huh. I did not think that freaking little shitty weld would hold that good. Yeah, this was tracking so bad before with the fucked up bearings and stuff. But it literally cut the back almost all the way off. Well, all the way off on the bottom side anyway. I think we're all done in here for now. No point in carrying on with the blade and shit. Got to really work on that motor mount now. And the motor and the wiring. Alright, so now to revisit the old motor clamp here, motor bracket. It's still kind of flimsy looking. But it's way better than what it used to be. There was just one stupid bar in here before. And it was a 5/16, so it wasn't even big enough to fill those holes. So I made some bushings and put 3/8 in there. I had that goofy bolt that was all threaded through, just kind of sitting in the back there. So that's gonna work perfect, I think. I hope it is. I didn't even check it for this, to be honest. Shit. It's supposed to hold this on. It's supposed to. You find the freaking hole. Oh yeah, it's perfect. And that holds that on there like that. That's your cover. Which is also some kind of cast. It looks like it was... Oh wow, that looks really shitty. Oh well. It's cast though. But yeah, and I made a bushing for up here too. So now with the bushings installed, when you gotta adjust the motor, and there's none of that. Like this was up and down and flopping around every which way. But that should work, and now just a simple washer. Well, I had to make a weird kind of fitting right here to account for the carriage bolt. Plus now it's also, nice and square. I don't know how the hell they were running this thing before. To be honest, it's just, it's ridiculous. Crazy talk. Yeah, so this is the motor here that came with it. And yeah, the capacitor's smashed off somewhere. On the floor. It's it's not usable. They ripped the pin right out of it, so it's toast. Not to mention that, well, I don't know if it's not usable, but like, look at that wiring. Holy shit, I don't know what the rats got to it. What had me concerned about this whole bandsaw was that this was painted. This was painted to match the bandsaw. And I was worried that they just stuck that saw on a jet bottom and kept the jet and threw it. And some dude just threw some old piece of crap on the jet bottom and called it a jet. Yeah, so this needs a capacitor and new wiring. obviously. That wiring's all chewed up to shit. So. Yeah, so I guess we're at kind of a stop here on the old bandsaw rebuild here. I think that's going to be it for tonight, folks. You guys have yourself a great evening. And peace out.